When creating a PowerPoint presentation, you want to use color combinations that work well together and provide a consistent look throughout your slides. This video will show you how to do that in 6 steps. First, we're going to the internet and use a site that will help us find compatible colors. These colors usually come in sets of 5 that form a color palette. One of the sections on the site is Explore, and when I choose this option, I'm presented with a set of trending color palettes. For this video, I'm going to choose this palette. When I click on these 4 dots, a menu window opens, and I'm going to choose View Palette. Each color has a 5-digit hex number. I'm going to write down the hex number for the 5 colors in the palette that I have chosen. The first color has the number 264653. Next, I click on the second color shown on the palette, and a new set of numbers appear. I write down the hex number for this color. I continue this until I have the hex numbers for each of the 5 colors in my palette. For step 3, I open my PowerPoint presentation and view the slide master. I draw 5 rectangles on the slide master and group them close together. In step 4, I'm going to use the hex codes to fill in the colors for each one of the boxes that I have on my slide master. So I go up to Shape, Format. I click the first box, go up to Shape, Format, and from there I go over to Shape Fill, go down until I see More Fill Colors, and then I see a spot where I can place the hex number. So I place my first hex number in this box, and my first box is the color of the first color in my palette. I do the same thing for each of the other boxes. I go to Shape Fill, More Colors, type in the hex number, and the next box has the second color of my palette. I do this for each box in my color palette, and when I finish, I have the 5 colors of my palette. The next step is to move the color palette to the upper right-hand side of the slide master. So I select all the rectangles. I go up here to Arrange, and I click on Group. Now, instead of 5, I have 1 large group, and I'm going to make that a little bit smaller. And now I'm going to move that group of 5 up to the upper right-hand corner of the slide master. And that way, whenever I open a new slide, I'll see the colors that make up my presentation. Now I'm going back to my normal view. And here I'm going to add a new slide. And when I add the new slide, you'll see that my color palette shows up at the top of the slide. It will not show up on the slide. I'm going to add a rectangular figure to my slide. And I don't want it this color. I want it a different color. And let me draw another figure here. And I'll make it a circle. I don't want it this color. I want it different. So I select the shape that I want to change the color. I go to Shape Fill, and see this little eyedropper? I click on that, bring the eyedropper up to my color palette, pick the color I want, and click. And now I do the same thing for the circle. Select the shape, Shape Fill, Eyedropper, click on the color that I want, and now I have it. You can also right-click on a slide, select Format Background, go to the little eyedropper, come up to the color palette again, pick the background color you want, click on it, and the entire slide background is the color that you picked.